Coming up in this edition of Junior Sabres Journal, highlights from the end of October, growing support off the ice, and a special guest on the ice. The Buffalo Junior Sabres headed into the start of November in great shape, leading the Ontario Junior Hockey League's West Division. We'll start this edition of the Journal by recapping some recent games. Back on October 22nd, the Toronto Lakeshore Patriots came to the Northtown Center at Amherst. Tyler Jurich opened the scoring just a minute and a half into the contest, assisted by Nolan Sheeran. The Patriots would tie the game just 4.5 minutes later. Buffalo would regain its lead at the 12:27 mark of the first, with Max Mikowski finding the net, his goal assisted by Tim Keelik. Once again, the Patriots would tie the game, and after one period of play, it was 2-2. The Junior Sabres took command in the second period, with the team killing off a 5-minute head contact penalty to David Seward. Buffalo not only withstood the Patriots' man advantage, but also took the lead. Nolan Sheeran scored this shorthanded goal, assisted by Tyler Jurich, at the 5:54 mark of the second period. Buffalo increased its lead to 4-2 at the 17:53 mark of the second, when Tim Keelik added this goal, assisted by Jurich and Ryan Schmelzer. In the third period, on the power play, Mikowski scored his second goal of the game, assisted by Pat Egan and Dylan Howitt, and the Junior Sabres were leading 5-2. The Patriots, however, did not quit. Billy Seligman scored a shorthanded goal midway through the third, and Wes Demi added this late goal when Toronto Lakeshore pulled its goaltender for an extra attacker. They came close, but Buffalo held on to secure 2 points in the standings with a 5-4 victory. The team called up some rookies, most of them from the Junior Sabres midget squad operated by the Buffalo Regals, for their 2-game road trip to Toronto. On Friday, October 26th, rookie Ryan Kuhn got an assist on Tyler Jurich's game-winning goal. Dylan Howitt and Pat Egan also scored, as Buffalo eked out a 3-2 win against the St. Michael's Buzzers. The following day, backup goaltender Bobby Bloomfield got the start in net and got his second win of the season as the Junior Sabres defeated their hosts, the Toronto Junior Canadiens, by a score of 4-1. Max Mikowski scored twice, while rookie forward Ryle Ledyard scored his first OJHL goal. Jason Hirt, who is one of the call-ups for the trip, also scored his first Junior A goal. On Sunday, October 28th, the team was back home for its third game in as many days, and they were hosting the Georgetown Raiders, who trailed Buffalo by 6 points in the OJHL West, but held 4 games in hand. It was the first meeting of the season of the two teams contending for the division lead. The game remained scoreless until midway through the second period, when Georgetown's Brendan Woods caught Buffalo's power play off guard and fired home a shorthanded goal. The Raiders' Anthony Mara scored just a couple of minutes later. Georgetown built a 4-0 lead through the third period. Buffalo's Nolan Sheeran scored a power play goal to break the shutout, but Georgetown prevailed and ended the Junior Sabres' 3-game win streak and grabbed 2 potentially important points in the standings. Tuesday, October 30th, saw the Mississauga Chargers come to town, helping Buffalo's cause with the returns of Josh Keelik and Ryan Schmelzer to the lineup following a rib injury and broken finger, respectively. Tim Keelik got the home team on the scoreboard first, opening the scoring at the 18:07 mark of the opening period, with a goal assisted by Brian Ruff and Tony DeVito. Coming out of the first intermission, Buffalo needed little time to increase its lead. At the 1:32 mark, Pat Egan got his stick on a shot from the point and tipped the puck into the net to make it 2-0 Buffalo. Dylan Howitt and Nolan Sheeran provided the assists. Minutes later on the power play, David Seward scored to make it 3-0 Buffalo. Schmelzer and Sean Federow recorded the assists. After 2 periods of play, the Junior Sabres were in command, but they were hardly finished with the offense. Just 21 seconds into the third period, Nolan Sheeran put on some moves and put Buffalo up 4-0. Tim Keelik and recently called-up defenseman Ben Casale got the assists. At the 8:53 mark of the third, rookie forward Brian Ruff scored his first career OJHL goal, assisted by Tyler Jurich and Nick Gullo. Egan scored his second goal of the game at the 12:58 mark of the third, and then the team rallied to help Parker Gahagan earn his third shutout of the OJHL season, turning aside 24 shots as the Junior Sabres offered a Halloween treat to their fans with a 6-0 win. Is this where you expected the team to be?
I think as a staff we expected ourselves to be a top, not just of our division but the conference and the league. We got a tremendous amount of talent, tremendous amount of leadership on our team. So I'm not surprised, but we knew that we were in tough with the schedule we had through the month of October, and doesn't get any easier in the short term, but I think we've had some guys that have been hurt and they're coming back off injury, so we should be relatively fresh and be able to withstand it.
It's a tough schedule ahead for the Junior Sabres. The team battles the Oakville Blades in a home-and-home series, beginning at Oakville on Saturday, November 3rd, and then returning to the Northtown Center at Amherst on Tuesday, November 6th at 7:30 for the rematch. Just 2 nights later, the Junior Sabres host the Georgetown Raiders at the Northtown Center when they hope to hold back the always tough Raiders and keep their grip on first place in the OJHL West. The Junior Sabres welcomed a special guest. Buffalo Sabres head coach Lindy Ruff was invited to lead a practice and supervised the players, including his son Brian, in various drills. Ruff has been a frequent visitor to Junior Sabres home games, especially with the ongoing NHL lockout creating more idle time.
Coach, you've been a frequent visitor to some of the games. Brian, of course, is on the roster. And just offer up your observations of how this junior team has performed.
I've been really impressed. I've seen them play probably 7 or 8 times, and they've got a real good skill set. Their power play, I really like the way they move the puck around on special teams, and they've got themselves off to a great start. I think they've got a good team. I think it's right now they're doing real well. I think that you just want to continue and get better.
You see your son out there in the blue and gold that you used to wear. Tell me about the feeling when you watch your son out there representing the same brand, essentially.
Well, I think anytime you get to see your kids play, and I got to see him play a little bit last year, I got to see him play a little bit more this year, and this is a good brand of hockey. It's a big step for him, and it's been tough, but at the same time, I've always tell him, if you pay the price and you work hard, get better, you'll get your opportunity.
Ruff's assistant coaches have also been frequent visitors to Junior Sabres home games. James Patrick is hosting one of the out-of-town players, while Kevin Adams is an alumnus of the franchise from its Niagara Scenic era. The Junior Sabres have gained some support off the ice in the local business community. This year, the team welcomed back 5 major sponsors, all of whom contribute financial support or supplies to help the team with daily operations. This year, the team welcomes a 6th sponsor, Chef's Restaurant, which has already enjoyed a lengthy relationship with the NHL's Sabres and Sabres alumni. The Junior Sabres welcome Chefs and thank them, as well as Tim Hortons, Dent Neurologic Institute, J.W. Danforth, Coca-Cola Buffalo, and Santora's Pizza Pub and Grill for their support of Buffalo Junior Sabres hockey. Next time on The Journal, we'll bring you highlights of the Junior Sabres games in early November, plus some scenes of the Junior Sabres in the community. Thanks for watching Junior Sabres Journal.